Once upon a time, in the elven city of Arkista, an evil shogun stole the ring of Arkista, which protected the city, along with the other elven treasures. A courageous little elf named Christine volunteered to return the ring with the help of her trusty bow. Arkista's Ring is a top-down action-adventure game where you play as the brave elf Christine. You can use the A button to fire your bow, and the B button allows you to select one of the many magical items you may collect along your journey through the game's 31 levels. You may collect one of these items when defeating certain enemies and collecting the little bags they may drop. Some of these items include the Fire Wand, which allows you to shoot powerful long-range fire blasts, which also travel through walls, and the Thunder Wand, which will destroy all of the weaker creatures on the screen. You'll also pick up armor items like the Gauntlet, Shield, Helmet, and Mantle, which essentially act as additional hit points. Christine can also upgrade her bow and her arrows. Bow upgrades increase the range of your shots, while the arrow upgrades improve your attack power. You can see the various equipment Christine is using by pressing the select button, but only during the screen which shows which stage you're on. Later in the game, you may pick up a curious looking item called the Ninja Stunner, which will stun all of the ninjas on the screen. This item becomes extremely valuable as the ninjas are absolutely ruthless, and in my opinion, the most challenging enemies in the whole game. Running into a group of ninjas meant almost certain death if I found myself without a stunner, so be sure to use them wisely. Aside from the ninjas, you'll run into a wide variety of enemies in Arkista's Ring, and you'll have to take down vicious creatures like pixies, sky wizards, and my personal favorite, armored boneheads, who, according to the manual, are walking around rocking an outrageously large codpiece. I'd also like to mention the bats. If you thought the bats in Castlevania were bad, just wait until you get a load of these guys zigzagging all over the place. Your goal in each level of Arkista's Ring is to kill enough enemies to get the golden key to appear, collect it, and then head to the exit. This key will unlock every door in the level when you touch it. This sounds simple enough, and it is, at least at first. Later on in the game, there are false exits that may spawn additional enemies when you touch them, which can be a big problem if they happen to spawn ninjas or you're low on health. Sadly, there isn't much of a music selection in Arkista's Ring, but the few songs it does have are actually pretty good. I particularly like the music that plays in the underground areas. Arkista's Ring reminded me a lot of a slower-paced and more forgiving version of Gauntlet. Arkista's Ring has an almost relaxing quality to it while remaining just challenging enough to keep me engaged. I managed to get all the way to the final boss during my first playthrough, admittedly using a few continues thanks to the aforementioned ninjas. When I reached the final level, I managed to take down the evil shogun after an intense battle of hide and seek, and I was excited to see the ending, only to be greeted by a disappointing game crash. If I ever want to see the ending, I guess I'll have to give it another go, but honestly, it just gives me an excuse to play through it once again. I enjoyed my time playing through Arkista's Ring. It's a simple game, but the things it does well, and it feels like one of those games you can just pick up and play over and over again to try to beat your high scores if you're into that kind of thing. Or to just kick back, relax, and shoot some bad guys with your bow in a fantasy-style setting. Just watch out for ninjas. I give Arkista's Ring a strangely soothing 3 out of 5.